Hello and welcome to Rule the Waves 3, playing as Japan on Super Large Plus Plus starting in 1890. We have made it to 1914 and there is peace all around. So we will do the start of year review, we will play through the year, we will design a couple of new destroyers. I'm really waiting for the 1500 ton design, but we have to put something in service in the meantime. We can't wait several years before building useful destroyers, and we'll also have a lot of fun watching most of China rebel against our benevolent rule. So let's jump in. So here we go again. Another start of year review. 1914 analysis. Brought to you by the General Staff of the Imperial Japanese Navy. Peace reigns, but tensions are moderately high, I would say. Germany is still pretty upset with me, and Russia, France, and Great Britain semi-upset. Yeah, the rest are pretty okay with good old Japan. The Italy-Spain alliance still holds. No one else have found each other. Yeah, dock keeps increasing, mostly through building, but also quite a few events in the past, leading to the rather peculiar situation where we are world leading in docks and have been for some years, while still being underdeveloped. Kind of funny. Local shipbuilding is okay. It needs to be 150 times 4, that's 600, so well within what's needed. Unrest has snuck up from 0 to 1. Kind of peculiar since budget modifier is very low at the moment, but there is some randomness to it as well. Going over to the budget, we had a very good year of growth last year. This does not include any war reparations or anything of the sort, so this is just organic growth. 1274 up to a total of 26,650. In a little while we will have quadrupled our base resources. Colony resources remain at 1695. Less than 10%, way less than 10% of the total budget. This is why I feel that the slightly declining value of colonies, it's not needed. It's already been reduced to nothingness. If this was 1890, this would be a significant part of the economy. Ups. What happened? Not intentional. I hit the wrong button. Let's bring it up again. So it's kind of peculiar, but we already talked about it, so I will stop doing that. But it would be more natural if colony resources also continued to grow, but at a slower pace, so that it became less important, but not unimportant. It is not yet 1920, and colonies are already like, you might as well not bother with them. Economically speaking, they will be important for basing and invasions and so forth, of course. Budget dropped from the pedestrian 15 to the even more relaxed 14, which is why I didn't understand why we got that unrest thing. Maybe from an event, there were 5 events, 3 of them was the Parliament slashing my budget because of low tensions. 2 were tension enhancing and budget boosting. So overall, we landed at net minus 6,000. So despite a very solid growth, the budget actually declined Ooh, the Japanese people not happy. Yeah, reserve funds remain solid. The build ratio is okay for peacetime. It's not superb, but okay. And this is why I don't really like Zeppelins. We built them as a sort of a vanity project. They do very little for me now, especially during peacetime. Basically just burning 320 monies a month for no return whatsoever. That's why would I do this? If I build 5 more, I could just have extra training in damage control or night fighting or something. So wasted. But that's a trend in the whole game that anything air related is extremely expensive. Like unbelievably expensive. So you cannot, for example, in peacetime maintain very many aircraft. You have to sort of decrease the number of aircraft in the squadron or just scrap them all together and just start anew. And even in war, you cannot have aircraft on all your air bases. No. That is impossible. You just have to move your stacks of aircraft around depending on where the fighting is. Because that is very easy. There is no disruption or time delay by moving an entire aircraft wing from one side of the Earth to another. That's fine. It's not a problem. But maintaining said aircraft, very expensive indeed. So, economy good, fleet size moderate, but growing. We have some excellent ships in our battleship, battlecruiser, and light cruiser categories. And what, well, I can call them legacy ships now. They are not starting legacy, they're not ironclad age legacy, but they are pre-dreadnought era legacy. So the quality of those legacy ships is also excellent compared to the AI. We have 8 battlecruisers, we have 4 more planned, we have 4 battleships, 4 building, 4 planned. See a trend here. We have 8 light cruiser, we have 8 planned, somewhat vague planned, but still. We're waiting for sort of triple torpedo tubes and 1500-ton destroyers before we really can kick this destroyer party off, but we'll get there. Research still at 12%. I don't think I will slow down for now because there are so many techs coming in. Armor, hull, fire control 1. We got quad turrets. Well, definitely not using quad turrets until I have improved quad turrets, that's for sure. But maybe in the distant future. Armor piercing 1. Above water tubes on light cruisers, yes. And we have SIGINT for tactics. We have amphibious operations, that's new. We're gonna research that. Oh, and naval aviation heavier than air, that's also new. That's kind of important. I forgot about that one. Cool. And intelligence, I think I will combine the intelligence with the first pension and politics part because this feels redundant. Nothing ever happens here. So that's it. That's the start of 1940. So with that out of the way, we can jump back in. Yamato is almost finished. The Setsu 10 months. These guys a little while till they are done. So let's just build a couple of additional Nagatos. Regarding the future destroyer situation, we have 48 groups of 5, for example. That's pretty solid. We could bring in some 1100-ton destroyers that we could either make faster, or we could give them 3 twin torpedo tubes and otherwise keep them similar. We are not going to go all in here, but just to demonstrate, if we do this and then we add a forward center line, and you can see that we even have 32 tons to play around with. That could be a thing. Or I can make one that's identical to this one, but 33 knots. That could also be interesting to accompany faster ships. So these could accompany battleships and the like, but the guys going 33 knots, they could accompany my battle cruisers. That would give them a 6 knot advantage, so in fair weather that's enough to be of use, I would say. I'm kind of leaning in that direction, that I could do 20 fast versions of this. It would just go like this, click, and but apparently not. No, can't do 33. Can do 32 knots. Okay, yeah. Then it's somewhat less interesting. I guess I could get rid of my secondaries. Then it has very little firepower, so yeah. It was just an idea, I would say. Divisions. Battle cruiser division. Okay, we have the Hies up there, and we have the Congos down here. Congos want to belong to Battlecruiser Division 2. And the Hies want to belong to Division 3. Because they are so very different, I don't want to mix them. 11-inch and 14-inch and better armor. This is a very big difference here. I think speed is the same, however. This does have some interesting characteristics, but I think it is best to keep them separate. This will be a bit different because these are so similar to the upcoming battleships that we don't have to make special considerations for them. Now is the question, are we going to retain these guys for long enough to bother with the obsolescent tag? Well, we could see. Central firing, but we could have a director instead. Upgrading main guns is out of the question. I can show you. This is 2,400. Upgrade 9,200. It was less expensive than I had expected. It takes far longer though. Oh. I mean, this could be worth it. We could give it better 5-inch guns. It costs a lot of money. 5,000. Oil. No, that's not what I was trying to do. I mean, there are some options here. Could remove the upper belt. We could have more heavily on. No, there's lots of, but suddenly we have spent 10 times as much as we thought we might. So, yeah. Same with these guys. Do we really need their 4 9-inch guns? No, I don't think we do. They are too slow. Speaking of cruisers, it could be cool to just look at, again, just a wild idea. We have normal engines. How fast can we make something like this? What if we go all in, make it TPS 2? Very fast. What about going down to 8-inch guns? And of course 5-inch tertiaries. Casemates, of course. No, we don't want to use VTE engines. Don't want to have an upper belt. We want 2-inch deck. Oh. We can even tweak it and have it go really fast. I mean, we cannot build a true heavy cruiser in the usual sense, but if we built this, it would not be, I think, a horrible thing to have. It's definitely not cheap, but we could have a bit of fun with this. Could also theoretically do a 10-inch main battery and secondary battery and some casemates. But that would probably end up being way too heavy for us. Problem is we would need a lot of armor on those second. Not impossible. It could be fun. But we're not going to. But it is possible to build like a cruiser, even in this era. I don't do it a lot because it's almost as expensive as a battle cruiser, and not quite as good. And then it will start popping up and taking up room in a in the battle generator. Here you go. Kaido. Yamato. Wow. Efficient hull form. We're gonna spike tensions if we can. We thrive on tension. Bad things happen when you don't have tension. We will assign it to the first one here, and we will also go in here. That was kind of wasteful. Make flagship, yes. Amato. But anyway, we could make a pretty good cruiser, all things considered. At the 27 knots, same speed as our light cruisers. And if we try to rebuild these heavy cruisers, we can only ever get them to 24 knots, and that is not viable. Fortunately for them. Signed for central firing direct. 2,000 monies each. I don't like it. Why not? Asian mainland, the strong arms industry is a guarantee of our national security, budget, and tension. Yes, yes, yes. Sell all those arms. Yeah, at least we get over 400,000 here. Be sort of a minimum. Cache. Airships. Don't be fooled by this. This is not the total cost. You also have to pay for the bloody airships. Subs building. Ready eventually. Ah! Oops. We will cadet cruise with some old sad ships, so we trade prestige for money. Always that. Fire control, always welcome. And we are back in the black. At the almanac, we have 89 combat destroyers. But only 40 that are really good. Look at the potential destroyer here. This 32 knots, but it is cramped, so not doing that. And no secondary guns, so if we toss on two, we can have 10 mines. A little bit of tonnage left over. Won't be the end of the world. It's a bit cramped. Not that important, but kind of lame. ship is overgunned. I like overgunned. Yeah, why not? The first destroyer escort, it's going to be the 1914. Has a 4-inch gun broadside and 6 torpedoes, and it goes a moderate 31 knots, but it's not horrible. Ah, that's fine. Yes, we want to get the budget up to reasonable levels. Pension. Yeah. Do we really want the war immediately? Wow. Enables naval air bases. Woohoo! Go to the build screen. We will build 10, I guess. We should go out of the build window. Build 2 additional Nagatos unless we have gotten something. Probably did. 200 tons. I don't know. The flagship, so it has space accommodations. Oh, no. Not. This is not the Nagato, this is the Uso. Details will be in the briefing. Yemen. Okay. A pro-Chinese rebellion has broken out in Shanghai. This is, of course, completely unacceptable. Triple torpedo mounts come immediately after I've designed this stupid ship. Yes, we would like a float plane scout, and it will have range. Oh, that was a bit quick of me. Sorry. You can select 2 priorities, primary, secondary, by choosing range. Range, it will totally focus on range. Not now. So we will build at least single airbase, I guess. I was gonna build it in Shanghai. And build it in Gazebo instead, or we could build it up in Zeppelin land. Okay. Now, this rebellion could die out of its own. That's definitely a possibility. It happens from time to time. but it's not exactly guaranteed, so we will activate part of our fleet. And yeah, it's a home area, so it won't cost too much to have a fleet here. 5 battleships and some light cruisers, I guess. Maybe some battle cruisers as well. Guys want to be active. And then we just wait and see if the rebellion disappears in rebellion. So I have ships on station, 3 points, 1 battery, 1 point. So I have sort of 4 defense points. I don't have any aircraft here, so that can also give... oops, what was that? Can also give a bonus. But if the Panama Canal opens, 14-inch, 22 6-inch guns, wow. Now, the problem with the Panama Canal is the game should then immediately give the USA the Panama Canal. That doesn't happen. And so many games, the US does not get the Panama Canal at all. So if I'm playing on my own, I always go into the map, save file thingy, and give it to the US. Because, yes, the US is very strong, but it struggles to do anything useful if it doesn't have the Panama Canal. Ships in service. Can take it one step further. We can evaluate these guys. Look at another destroyer design. It's time with the 5-inch guns. I don't think that's recommended. Inch guns on an 1100 ton. Oh, okay. I'm all for that. And mines. Well, mines, I guess. I like this a lot more than the other one. It's more speed than it needs. Yeah, this is... And how far are these proceeded? 6 4-inch gun. Ah, let's mix it up. It's fine. It's fine. Everything doesn't need to be perfect. Ah, beautiful. Yes. 25 additional submarines. We will say of course, because then we get a greater budget and unrest is down to 0 again. At least 25 additional submarines. Normally it's 20, but on super large that's 25% more. So yeah. Well, not now, since we have to build so many subs. We are 500,000. I think these other guys are cheating. Because we just got a boost and they are 25. We are at 28. So cheating. Germany, we are within some distance of Germany. Great Britain slowing down. Cool. Let's hit the turn button. That's a beautiful ship, but thinly armored. Shipboard aircraft operation. Great stuff. We have advantage in both, so that's cool. We can put this back to medium. We need the 1500-ton destroyer, but we're not getting anything built at the moment. So yeah. How long do we have? We have 4 months now. 25 submarines. How many subs do we have? Well, we have 8 and 4. So if we build sub, build 18 coastal subs. How useful are coastal subs for us? Not that useful, actually. We have 4. So we could build. Oh, we could move them before the war starts. So 16. And then we need 8 more. No, 9 more. 10 more. Okay, then we'll have a submarine fleet, I guess. I wasn't planning on, but yeah. These things happen. You could say that these have no value now, but they do have value fighting alongside our legacy ships. So they are not worthless. And build ship Maki. Build a tenor of those as well. Cat. Yes, tension. How about you steal me some technology instead? Find this. And it's just stuck at 1 month. Most likely enemy in future war. What is your answer? Budget, tension, and it is... who is it? No one's allied to anyone. Well, I would not be opposed to fighting Great Britain at the moment, to be honest. I would not be opposed to fighting the Russians again. I would not be opposed to fighting. Is without a doubt Great Britain. Or 3 techs in a row and float planes. So this is the screen you get when you have researched a new or developed a new type of aircraft, and then you can pick one of these 3 that you think is best for you. So you can, we selected range. The range, so it follows that range should be what we look for. So this is the longest ranged option. It is also the fastest. It has the most firepower paired with the other one there. It is the most maneuverable, and it is the toughest alongside the other 2. What we do not know is its reliability. This could be poor, and this could be good, for example, but we don't know that, so we cannot make that choice. But this is clearly the best option, based on what we know. Yes, we would like to develop fighters. So fighter have a very sad range initially, but they also have very sad firepower, so they cannot actually shoot down anything. They are like, pew, one single machine gun or maybe a pistol or thrown rock or harsh language or something. We will prioritize firepower above all and range as second. Could do firepower too, I guess, but we need to be able to reach something. Rebellion in Shanghai continues. So it is time to bring out more ships, I guess. Let's activate these as well. And the rest of my light cruisers. Maybe we will go start a shooting war anyway, so why not just go all in? Small destroyers are super cheap. Our old ships can stay in mothball. Don't think we will need them. We look at Shanghai again. We now have 3 points for ships on station. So we don't get more than that. But if we are going to get clever with our frenemies, why not bring up crew quality a little bit? We never talked about it, but we now have access to this damage control training thing. That makes your crews a little bit more likely to stop fires and stop flooding and maybe repair stuff that's broken, like broken machinery or electrics are out or turrets, I don't know. It's been said that if you have poor education, this is even more helpful than normal, so I don't know. Could be fun to try to turn it on. Very contrary to Japanese. It is fairly inexpensive as well. 1,300. That's like well, it's the maintenance of 2.5 battle cruisers, so it's not insignificant. And we haven't actually lost very many ships, so how important is it really? 4 submarines. Setsu is commissioned. What? A revolution has taken place in China. The imperial regime is overthrown. Much of China is thrown into turmoil. Does that mean they go communist? Hainan is in revolt. Yachu Bay is in revolt. Liaotung Peninsula is in revolt. Oh, wow. Well, Shanghai was already in revolt, so yeah. So basically a full on rebellion in all of the Chinese areas. So if they it's changed its little flag here. If it if we lose any colonies, we can always take them back, right? So it's not a permanent problem. And economically, they are not super important. And they are no longer as important in terms of furthering future invasions. So this is just an offer to plain buy a fighter. So we have no fighter, so we will of course say yes. And then we can compare that fighter to the 3 fighters that we will be offered later. The Germans are supporting the rebels in Shanghai. Tension, minus rebels, tension, prestige. We will do this. Some tension, but minus rebels, that's nice. Rebellion colonies have like a rebel counter, so if they rebel a lot, that counter can go up or down, and the higher it gets, I think, the bigger the chance of the colony breaking free. So adding the Setsu here, making it the flagship, of course. Finding a commander. His ability is pure brilliance. EA also needs a commander. Should be above average. A minesweeper division. Wow, that's impressive. Okay, we have some good commanders that we could reassign. Could build docks maybe. Great Britain is 38. Do we need more docks? So we're not gonna hit the turn button here, but yeah. So, which areas are in rebellion? In rebellion. Weihawei is not in rebellion. Qingdao is not in rebellion. I wish, why isn't the little fighting symbol? That would have been. These are not rebelling, but Shanghai is rebelling. I don't think Formosa can rebel at all. No. I know. In rebellion, I'm just blind. Okay. Hainan, I remember Hainan being in rebellion. Shanghai got sort of double rebelled. Why does that happen sometimes? This is in rebellion, yes? One is not in rebellion. And Liaotung. So 1, 2, 3 in Northeast Asia, but we also have Hainan in the south, so Hainan only has 1 defense point. So we can send some additional ships to help out. We can send battle cruiser squadron. B. Southeast Asia. Fine. See what happens, but we need to do the review, although not much has happened, not really, but I suppose oh, I already had a lot of subs building, so I'm building way more subs than I actually. Yeah, but fine, having some subs, that's cool and manly and very Japanese. So when we have a substantial sub fleet, we will have one of the world's most powerful submarine forces when this is done. Yes, I like it. Like it very much. Um, 1 year away. need 2 additional battleships, but we should also be thinking about battle cruisers and light cruisers and more destroyers. The good stuff is that most of our capital ships are already 14-inch, so they are going to be competitive until we are in the 15-16 era at least, so that is actually very good. All of these, none of these have big guns. A handful of these are 14-inchers, but there are very many of them. Very few 14-inch, some battle cruisers, but they probably have other issues. Yeah, they're built with paper armor. Any 14-inchers? No. I mean, no. Probably 14-inch. Oh, no. Poor. Slow, but that's a lot of guns. And you can have higher TPS too. Since you stay at 21 knots, very standard. Cross-deck fire looking pretty good actually. Triple turrets, no TPS though. Unless the AI is... Oh my god, he's gone all in on the cross-deck. Wow. 22 5-inch. Okay, kind of cool. Paper armor. Why do the Spanish have so good looking ships? Not a good looking ship. Oh my god, what happened here? Like someone took the bridge and just stuck a turret on top of the... What the hell? Yes, these are not capital ships, these are... Oh. Very sexy, but paper armor. And that concludes episode 35. Kind of eventful. Destroyer designs, aircraft, rebellions all around. Only time will tell if we can quell some or all of those rebellions. I have my ships active, I have my fortifications, and now it's up to the gods of randomness. But, I mean, if they rebel, they revert to Chinese control, and then we can return them to our possession later. So, yeah, it will work out. So, thanks for watching, and see you again soon.